On the Good Morning Artesia radio show, and we're rolling into the 8 o'clock hour. The Barking Guy is here. We still have more to talk about. We just basically finished talking about a football game on Friday night and some of the soccer results. Saw this, the breaking news, Judge Reinhardt down in Florida has formally rejected the Department of Justice argument to keep the Trump affidavit sealed and calls the raid unprecedented. Now, if I'm Judge Reinhardt, I would make sure that Hillary doesn't know where you are. He admitted Monday the FBI's raid on former President Trump's Mar-a-Lago home was unprecedented and formally rejected the Justice Department's argument to keep the affidavit leading to the search warrant under seal, citing the intense public and historic interest. He rejects the government's argument that the present record justifies keeping the entire affidavit under seal. Quote, the government argues that even requiring it to redact portions of the affidavit that could not reveal agent identities or investigative sources and methods imposes an undue burden on its resources and sets a precedent that could be disruptive and burdensome in further cases. He rejected that. He says, I do not need to reach the question of whether, and in some case, these concerns could justify denying public access. They very well might. Given the intense political and historical interest in an unprecedented search of a former president's residence, the government has not yet shown that these administrative concerns are sufficient to justify sealing. So maybe when they brought it to him, you have to understand the whole process, I guess. And, he approved the warrant, the search warrant. But now that the affidavit's going to come out, maybe this thing is going to backfire so big on the FBI and the Department of Justice that we will finally get to the bottom of what the heck it is that these people keep constantly going after Donald Trump over. That they won't leave the guy alone. And I think where it's unprecedented, Barking Guy, is because he's not ineligible from running for office for the presidency again. He still has one term he could run for. And he's hinted a bunch that he will be the candidate or is going to run and represent the Republican Party. So not only are you investigating a former president, which is unprecedented, not that it's ever happened before. I'm sure there have been, Andrew Johnson, I'm sure they weren't happy with some of the stuff he did, and they wanted to keep pounding him on that. But the fact of the matter is, not only is he an ex-president who's no longer in office, but he is a potential candidate against the incumbent. And so it's almost like the Department of Justice is being used to go after a political opponent. This is not Russia. This is not Venezuela. This is not some third world dictatorship. This is America, and you don't do that. And so maybe we'll see. Maybe when that affidavit, that whole thing finally comes out, maybe we'll finally get to the bottom of what it is that they keep going after. Poor guy that ran something for Trump up in New York, he had to plead guilty because they kept hounding him. And they were going to go after his family, and they were going to after his kids and his grandkids, and they were just going to keep going and going and going and going. And the guy finally said, fine, I'm just going to go to jail for a little while and get this thing over with because they're not going to leave me alone. They're not going to leave my family alone. And this has got to stop. That stuff has got to stop. And I don't know what it's going to take. I have an idea what it's going to take, but it's got to stop. Okay, enough of my commentary. The Barking Guy is here. And obviously we talked about the soccer tournament. We talked about the football game on Friday night. Where would you like to take us next?
This week in old-time radio history.
Okay.
August 22nd, Ray Bradbury was born in 1920.
He is a science fiction writer?
Yep.
Okay.
August 23rd, Gene Kelly was born in 1912.
He was a movie star, dancer extraordinaire.
Yep. August 24th, Eve Arden and Brooks West were married in 1952.
Now, was she in Greece?
I'm not sure, but I do know Eve Arden was Connie Brooks and Armis Brooks.
Okay. I think she was in Greece. I think. Let me check. I could be mistaking her for someone else. Stockard Channing and Michael Tucci, Dee Dee Khan, Eve Arden. She was Principal McGee. She had the greatest line ever in that movie. She's making the announcements to the school, and she said, "Remember, if you can't be an athlete, be an athletic supporter." That was Eve Arden. That was she. So she was in the movie Grease. She was in a bunch of stuff, obviously, as you said, but a lot of people remember her from that.
But I know her as our Miss Brooks.
That's right. That's right.
August 25th, Father Knows Best premiered in 1949.
Okay.
August 26th, Hal Gibney was born in 1901. August 28th, Norman Schwarzkopf Sr. was born in 1895.
Okay. I guess his son was the general for Desert Storm?
Yep.
Okay. Very good.
Radio quotes of the week.
All right.
Freeze the spending, freeze the hiring, freeze the unemployment. No, freeze the employment.
Freeze the employment. Marshall Blackburn?
Yep.
Okay.
Republican, Tennessee.
You know, if they just did that, if they just froze everything for 4 years, our budget would be in balance or it'd be headed in that direction.
That's right. You're always welcome to be part of us.
I don't know.
Susie Parker about the choir family.
Well, that's true. That's true. She did say that, yeah. Inviting people to join the choir.
This is not what you do. This is not how you take care of our land.
Linda Stevens?
Yep.
Okay.
Out trash.
All right.
That's what
Those
I
are the
have.
quotes. Excellent. Yep. Those are good quotes. I like my quote, Eve Arden. If you can't be an athlete, be an athletic supporter.
Okay, we got the calendar.
All right.
Today, Monday, August the 22nd, 102 days and nights of summer continues through Labor Day. Lake Arthur Volleyball versus Loving JV, 4:30 and 5:30, middle school first and high school.
Okay.
AHS Open House, me in the Red Brick Gym, 6 o'clock.
Tonight.
Tuesday the 23rd, JV and Varsity Volleyball versus Carlsbad, 5:30 and 6:30, JV's first and Varsity.
And we will be there for video and radio coverage tomorrow night.
Good.
I don't know if Joby will get to use his new catchphrase, because I don't know how you do that in volleyball. Take it to the house.
And Roseland Open House Tuesday, 5:30 to 6:30. And Thursday, JV and Varsity Girls Soccer versus Clovis, 4 and 6.
We will be there to put the varsity on the internets. Won't be on the radio, but it will be on the internets.
Yep, and that's a good place to get the tailgate tickets.
That's right. That's right. I wonder if we should put it on the radio. Let me check and see if Aaron's available. If Aaron's available, we may put it on the radio. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Depends on what I feel like. Depends on what happens today.
Okay.
All right.
And JV and Varsity Volleyball, they're at Alamogordo, 5 and 6. JV's first and Varsity. JVB Football at Capitan, 6 o'clock. Lake Arthur Volleyball at Dexter JV, 5 p.m., high school only. Junior High 8th grade Orange Volleyball at Berendo in Roswell, 4:30 and 5:30. Friday 26th, boys soccer at Los Alamos Tournament through Saturday. Send-off. Varsity football at Hobbs, 7 o'clock. Saturday the 27th. JV football versus Goddard, 2 o'clock. Rodeo at Socorro through Sunday. Junior High 8th grade Orange football versus PR Leyva from Carlsbad. Scrimmage, 10 o'clock. And that's what we have this week.
Hobbs, huh?
Hobbs.
That's where we go.
That's where you go.
Okay. You going? Or have you
might.
decided yet?
I haven't decided yet.
Okay. It takes gas money to get there.
Uh-huh.
And so you got to think about that. So we'll be going. We'll be going. I think me and Jeffrey and Bradley are going in one vehicle, and Joby, Robbie, and Josh will probably go in a different vehicle. And I like Josh has stats.
Yep.
You know, and he knows how to work them fancy software thingies.
Uh-huh.
And so he's like instant stats right after the game.
I'll definitely go to the girls' soccer with Clovis.
Mm-hmm.
I can't go to the volleyball because I have another meeting that night.
Sure. But you'll be at the soccer game, right?
I will be at the soccer game.
Okay. Well, good deal.
And hopefully I'll buy my ticket and I can tell you where I bought it.
That's right. For the tailgate party. So
I bought my ticket from a mom who was carrying around her purse.
you know, one thing, I was talking to Ryder Saturday. I was talking to Ryder Champion on Saturday. He had predicted that we would beat Carlsbad. See, I've got our predictions right here.
Okay.
I also predicted that we would beat Carlsbad. Here's my picks right here. So we are both 1-0. Then we go to Hobbs next week, and both of us have predicted Artesia victories in that game.
Okay.
And then, of course, we come home for 2 weeks when we have Berlin and Deming back to back. So getting ready for that. But yes, Ryder got it correct. He got that one. He got that one right.
Good. And hopefully we'll get tailgate information.
Ryder was there, by the way. He was at the game Friday night. He had his staff to bring him to the game, so he was there.
Good.
And so I didn't get to see him. I don't think we got him on camera.
I didn't see him either.
Yeah, but he says he was there, and I'm not going to argue with Ryder.
No.
So, well, good. What else do you have on there?
Hopefully we'll get some tailgate information, and people, please bring a flyer to the radio station.
You know, and I was joking. I said, Facebook, you can put it on Facebook from your toilet. You know, printing out the flyer and taking it to the paper, taking it to the post office, taking it to the radio station, that actually takes a little bit of effort, you know.
A little bit.
You know, so it's one thing to do stuff from your toilet. It's another to actually get out about and bring stuff around town and take it to people. So if you would, please.
Yep. And as far as as one of the tailgates, I don't have any information.
Mm-hmm.
Historically, the Lions Club does one of the tailgates.
Yeah.
And maybe Robbie, will have that information.
I bet he does. He'll let us know. So we'll get that
Sure
done.
he will. And I'll probably get a ticket from Robbie.
Well, of course. He'd be disappointed if you didn't.
Yep.
So, all right. Well, what else, Sparking Guy? Anything else in your
We
report?
covered it all. So it's Go Dogs. Arf!
8:19. Let's check the weather. See what's happening with the weather today.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. It looks like we'll have daily chances of showers and thunderstorms over the next few days, with some of that moist monsoon air getting into eastern New Mexico. Mostly sunny today, but scattered afternoon showers and thunderstorms are possible, and we'll stay fairly cool with our highs between 80 and 85. A few showers overnight, mid-60s, and then a slight chance of an afternoon shower Tuesday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Right now, we've got 68 degrees under cloudy skies here in Artesia, New Mexico. Our winds are out of the north at 11, so a little bit of a breeze. That'll help dry things out. Humidity at 95%. The dew point is 67 degrees. Our pressure at 30.02 and rising. Our air quality is 46. We have good air quality. High yesterday was 83. The overnight low was 65. 1 year ago, 94 the high, 65 the low. Minimum 4-inch soil temps are between 73 and 78 degrees. Rainfall, the 24-hour period that ended at 7 a.m. Saturday, we received 0.19 of an inch. The 24-hour period that ended at 7 a.m. Sunday, 1.27 inches of rain, bringing our total for the year to 6.27 inches. So that's pretty good stuff. Our sunset will be at 7:34 this evening. Our sunrise will be at 6:26 in the morning. Around the region, cloudy and 70 in Carlsbad, 68 in Roswell and Hobbs. Partly cloudy, 64 in Albuquerque. Mostly cloudy, 59 in Santa Fe, 51 in Cloudcroft, 55 in Ruidoso. Mostly sunny, 73 in Las Cruces. Sunshine, 66 in Farmington. Cloudy, 52 at Red River, 65 in Clovis. Over there in Lubbock, Texas, it's cloudy and 67 degrees. And again here in Artesia, hopefully the clouds will move on out. We'll have some more of this beautiful sunshine, 68 degrees here in Artesia, New Mexico. One of the things, you put cameras in at different places, and I put a camera in a couple of our transmitter buildings. Mm-hmm. And Roswell, was getting a lot of rain Saturday. And so I pull up the camera, the outside camera there at the Roswell transmitter site, and I see water pooling on the ground outside the tower site. I'm like, well, that's a little unusual because that's up on a hill. That's up on a high hill for that area, so I don't generally worry about flooding there. But there's a spot where we had some damage done to a piece of wood as part of the air conditioning duct that comes in. There's a, I guess they call a package unit sitting outside the building, and it blows the cold air in and everything. And I thought, well, I wonder if there was enough water that it got into the building. So I pull up the indoor camera, and sure enough, I can see that the floor in the transmitter building is wet. And I hope that doesn't get worse. And it didn't. And of course, because of the amount of heat that we run in that we're always running air conditioning and we're running heat. By yesterday, it had pretty well dried up in there. So we do need to get that fixed. But yeah, that's what the thing about these cameras that you put in everywhere. Now you can start seeing things that are going on that you didn't know was going on, and you didn't worry about it. Then you see it, and then you start to worry about it. So if you don't see it, you don't worry about it. But in any case, let's take a break. We'll see what else is happening around town next.